Hey guys, this is Turok, and in this video I'm going to be reacting to the official teaser for Shrek 5. We've heard about this for a while there. I think there was like some images or something else released a while back with the kids, and I'm just very up in the air about this. I'm leaning toward like, did this need to exist? So there's a lot of these IPs. They keep bringing back other stuff. Like there's something going on here too. It feels like to me, a mismanagement of like consistently coming up with new stuff, having new things coming out. Like you go back and you look at Disney in the '90s, and you go back to to there's a little bit to all these other studios too in the late '90s, 2000s, and their interesting stuff they were bringing out. Well, there's one thing of caveat with that. I think, but like they were creating new stuff, but like it feels like the last 15 years, especially, all these studios are just regurgitating basically older IPs that they kind of already had a satisfying ending to. This is one of them, for example. So Shrek has four other titles already. You can see it's Shrek 5, and the first two are great. The first one's one of my favorite movies ever, and the second one's even funnier. And there's a lot of little cultural jokes, stuff for Americans and other people won't recognize, and certain stuff. And then three, I used to think it was pretty good. I rewatched it a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it's not as good as I remembered it, I guess. And I don't remember four as well, except I liked it because it incorporated Rumpelstiltskin, a fairy tale I was very familiar with, at least from my childhood, because there was a portion of my elementary school years where they introduced us to a lot of the classic fairy tales. So there's Rumpelstiltskin is one I remember a lot. The different Big Bad Wolf, Three Little Pigs. There's also the three Billy Goats, Gruff, I think they're called. And so I liked how Shrek, the series, introduced this stuff. And they also had the Puss in Boots. They had the other one. I have to watch the new one. I still haven't got around to that. I watched the first one. I really enjoyed that one too. That was really good. And so it's just like they're doing this, and Disney's doing this, and all these studios just feel like, okay, why aren't you, or why are you having trouble bringing in new writers, new ideas? It seems like there's a struggle going on here to do this stuff. There's like stuff too that happened with the walkouts, the stuff that happened 3 years ago. All these writers, they're these writers and other people who work in Hollywood, they're not paid well. There's a whole thing there, and it's just too complicated for me to follow. But I feel like a lot of this is just a problem that Hollywood is not going to learn how to address anytime soon. And what they're doing to keep their own businesses running is rehash, bring back new stuff. And I don't have anything against the actors wanting to come back and play these roles again. These roles look fun to do. I used to think about doing video dubbing, voice acting, and stuff like this, and getting this stuff. I like to think up little skits and things like that. I haven't committed to making any. I'm trying to think of like satisfactory ways of making them. I watch other people do them, and I'm watching that one guy, Pat. I can't think of his name. He does those little history ones, and that was giving me ideas recently of like thinking, okay, I should do really short things like that. So I understand the voice actors coming back. So in this case, Michael Myers and Eddie Murphy and Cameron Diaz. I have no problem with that. I'm just thinking the stories like this, when they had a satisfactory ending, I'm not sure they should come back like this. It's a hit or miss, very 50-50 kind of hit or miss at minimum, maybe sometimes going more in a negative way, where these stories don't seem like they're going to go the right way. So how are you going to do it? And the same thing with Kung Fu Panda 4. I didn't watch that one because it just looked cringy. It didn't feel necessary to me just from watching that trailer. I was like, ugh. Like that third one had such a good ending. I wanted to see more with Poe and his father and stuff. I forget what else was there. I just know at the end he becomes the Chi Master Dragon Warrior thing after he defeats that Ox villain played by J.K. Simmons. I'm like, okay. So I didn't think that one was as good as the first two, but it was like, it felt like a good ending. And the same thing with this. I liked the first and second Shrek, and then the other ones were like, okay, they were good. Those were good progression wise. It's just they weren't as funny as the others. That's the thing. Like they weren't terrible. They just didn't hit as well with the comedy. And I just think with this kind of stuff in general, they gotta let the stories just like Sleeping Dogs Lie and just move on to something else. But they're having a hard time with that recently. So, anyways, let's see what this is about. I do like the thumbnail because not Shrek, Donkey looks a lot better here than before. I don't. He looks a little refined in a way that I kind of like. And Shrek, like it looks like he's more textured or something. All right.
Once upon a time,
He's doing this again.
and a delusional donkey.
Oh God. Okay, a little self-deprecating.
Further away.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's really happening. Do you know?
Wait. Yeah. Wait. Let's see. The volume's up. Oh no, they're teenagers now. Oh God. I thought they would just be kids. They're gonna jump ahead.
Further away.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's really happening. Do you know what that means? I need a makeover. Get my arms yoked and my back jacked, my ass added, maybe even tighten up my badonkadonk.
No, definitely not.
So what you're saying is Shrek and Donkey off on another? No, don't say it. Two stalwart friends. That's not what this is. On a whirlwind. Donkey, big.
Just there's too much going on. Wow, it looks way differently. Holy crap. What the hell is with the... Are they taking the ultra realism route? Oh my God, son. I'm not sure.
Wanna date a snowman?
You really can't help yourself, can you?
Hell to the no, I can't. Shrek and Donkey, two stalwart friends.
It is.
Whirlwind big city adventure. Oh, this is bad. Baby, come back. Any kind of food.
Okay, there's the kid.
See, there was something in everything about you. Roxanne. Donkey. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
Now he's in Zendaya. Why is she ever? She's in everything, isn't she? What is that? Okay. All right, let's watch it again.
Once upon a time.
Okay, Onion, bring back. Okay. So someone wrote weird story. Okay, wasn't there like? Cause there was like, are they playing upon this marketing thing? The fourth one had this. All these people were coming to Shark's swamp and bothering him. So he was able to get out of being king in the third one because he found a relative to Fiona, who was played by, I think that was oh crap, what's his name from NSYNC? Can't think of his name now. And then there was this. He wanted to just be left alone. He just wanted to have a private life, family life with Fiona, and they had kids there. They're the triplets. This feels like a little fourth wall stuffed up we're getting.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's really happening. Do you know what that means?
So wasn't there a daughter too? I thought they, yeah.
I need a makeover. Get my arms yoked and my back jacked, my ass added, maybe even tighten up my badonkadonk.
No, definitely not.
So what you're saying is Shrek and Donkey.
They got two boys. Yeah, they had a girl.
Two stalwart friends.
Now we're at, wait.
Shrek and Donkey off on another. No, don't say it. Two
Some kind of other kingdom. Okay.
what this is. On a whirlwind. Donkey, big city.
Is Zendaya playing the daughter? I bet she is. Okay, yeah, of course it's like that. Okay. Huh. Yeah, the animation smoothness combined with how real they're changing it up is giving me a little like whiplash. Oh God.
Wanna date a snowman?
Speed up, Shrek.
Fiona looks good. I don't know why it is with Shrek. It looks off.
You really can't help yourself, can
It kind of, like I said, it looks okay with Donkey, except for his eyes. He looks too cartoony and realistic at the same time.
Hell to the no, I can't. Shrek and Donkey, two stalwart friends. Off.
Wait, so where are they now?
you?
Hell to the no, I can't. Shrek and Donkey, two.
Okay, I can't get that. Mermaids. Then chased by police again.
Oh,
Now there's sheep. Yeah, the daughter's not here.
Baby, come back.
Yeah, he's sleeping on the toilet.
See? There.
Wait, where's Shrek's ring, too? Look how bright the ring is on Fiona. Oh, it should be on a hand. No, this hand. Why aren't you wearing his ring? Did he wear a necklace? I forget.
Donkey.
Yeah, he's not wearing a ring. I don't know if I'll put a like on this. I want to see the comments. Ooh, yeah, the dislikes. The dislikes are kind of like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this. I like hearing them again. I really, really like this a lot. But it's like, oh, did they have a little holiday special too? God, when did that come out? And they turned the comments off. Well, what a surprise. Let me see. Let's see if there's any of these others got comments. Nope, kids. Oh, it's in Spanish. Why am I getting Spanish? I must have something. Hold on. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm starting to see. Yeah, I'm looking at SpongeBob effect. A SpongeBob Shrek. There's illumination wearing a corpse of DreamWorks like a mask. Ooh. Sounds like the high school boys trying to prank you. Shrek 5. This is someone else, by the way. I'm just like, I can't find any comments on the Shrek trailer changed everything. I'm just reading the comments. I've seen enough. Right? TV spinoff. You want to date some? Okay, at least I made joke. Okay, adult jokes are okay. Yeah, but it's like it just feels off. Yeah, what in the hell? Okay, cast announcement. Oh yeah, there's just so what there is here. I know there's other people that can better explain this, but like it's sometimes when you animating ultra realistic stuff with fantasy and sci-fi characters, especially fantasy, does not look right for some reason. It's better if it's like animated in regular um, artwork, not 3D. So like you could, even if it's digital art, if it's hand drawn, and then also if you do prosthetics and other practical effects, that makes characters look real in a way that's not nightmare fuel type levels or close to it. That's what it is. There's just something off here. And I like the effort. They look like they put a lot of effort into Shrek, but it just looks off. The original one had just enough realism without that. And the more I'm looking at Donkey, I'm like want to retract what I was saying. Like, okay, he just looks off. Like I just said a moment ago with his eyes. It's just something there. It just doesn't work. And I'm just like, come on. It's like with characters like Gingerbread Man or the Snowman characters could be in here. It's okay. It's when they make characters where they texturize really well the skin and the facial stuff and the hair like Donkey that it feels a bit off. It just feels like you just don't need that much texture. Like watch this in 4K 3D and it's probably gonna be like having watching a nightmare while there. And I do like that they're keeping that they have hair. Although that does make me think, does Shrek shave his head? Did he just never grow hair here on his head? But it's okay. There's no plot. It's just a teaser. It's, yeah, the jokes. Maybe there could be jokes in here that work. But now that makes Fiona looks bad. I don't know. But like, if there were good writers in this, they're like, okay, that could make it tolerable. But everything else about it, it's like, okay, someone just sit to a sort of comment there somewhere like, oh, they're making fun of everything that the original kind of did. Like, it's kind of like when they're rehashing stuff. It's like, you don't need to do that. You gotta make fun of other stuff, not yourself. Don't become the monster you made fun of or something like that. It's just like, I don't know. And again, it's just the studios and the writers and stuff that are like thinking, okay, did you guys need to make this? Why didn't you just make something new? Where I'm starting to wonder if people are avoiding coming to Hollywood, yeah, Hollywood to be writers there because they've heard how bad it is to like really get work there, and there's this like running out of people to make new content. I don't know. I'm just not sure about this. I think it should have ended. I wish they'd make new stuff, put their efforts into something else, and I don't know. I'll wait. I'm not gonna watch this in theaters. I'm sure I'll just wait till I can stream it somewhere. And so, let me know what you guys think. If you anyone who watches, like, what do you think? I'm just not a fan of this realism stuff that like everything seems to be doing. This is like a conversation everyone's having with like Sony and their PlayStation Studios and their subsidiaries making the ultra realistic God of War games and the other ones. The same thing I was playing. The same thing bothers me a bit. I was playing Uncharted the other day, and I looked at screenshots of. Cause I want to go through all of them. The Uncharted 4 looks a little too real. I like how the Uncharted 1 through 3 look. Like I don't. 4 just kind of does the same thing to me that this does. And the same thing even with God of War maybe. And even God of War 3 to an extent felt like a little too much. I liked God of War 1 and 2, how that looked. The cutscenes, like there's that one cutscene where Kratos learns the backstory about Zeus, and then Kronos, his dad's walking up, and the wife Rhea has to put Zeus there to be eaten by Kronos. And there's just something about that 3D. It was a much better. You could tell it was a pre-rendered cutscene thing, not the in-game engine per se. And then it just like Kratos in God of War 3 almost looked too realistic in the cutscenes. It was the same thing. Like his body, just like his muscles and stuff, it's like a little too much. It just always feels like a point where they have to know when to stop and not go too far with this. There's a layer with the ultra realism. I don't know. It's too much. Anyways, thanks for watching.